Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is Friday. I haven't to check my calendar now because these weeks, these days, these months are going by just like, and I'm sitting there like, okay, can somebody just like, can we take a time out for a minute and just so I can just kind of just read? But no, you can't do that. See, that tells you something. We always tell everybody, time is of the essence. So you have to take each and every second. I'm not even going to say every minute, but every second of the day to make sure that you are doing some self-care, that you're taking care of your business if you're an owner, and if you have family, take care of that. And then, if you're in corporate world and everything like that, then you do that. So you have to make sure that I said self-care first, because a lot of times we skip over that real quickly. Real quickly. And then we go into all this other stuff. Well, I got to get this done. I got the list and all that. You know what? I told myself in March, the list is kind of in the side right now. I just got to, when things come, I just got to do it, because you never know when a certain opportunity might come your way. And then, that list kind of goes to the side, because the opportunities might level you up somewhere in what your goals are trying to do, what you're setting. So, don't get so upset about I didn't get to the list, because a lot of times things happen the way they happen because it was supposed to be that way. So just a food for thought for this morning. But I'm gonna give you just a little bit more before we start our day. This is a power-packed hour. I have some awesome, amazing, incredible ladies that are going to be coming. First, we're going to have the amazing, incredible Maria Perez. She's coming and she's going to talk to us. You're going to get the chance to know her. I'm always going to bring people that are powerful now. Don't sit back and say, okay, what's she? No, yes, they are powerful women. Okay. I'm just setting you up. I had to lay the table out for everybody. And then we're going to have two wonderful women that are going to be they're going to be a speaker at the Power Up conference that Kern Sherry is putting on. And we're going to get to meet these wonderful queens, ask them some questions about, basically, why do they just choose to, be on the stage, and what is their powerful message? It's one thing to write things down, put it in a journal somewhere and put it to the side. It's another when you either speak it out to many, many people in all over the globe, or write a book and put that in the book and give it to many, many people around the globe. I always tell people those are the conquerors, and these two ladies are conquerors. They're all conquerors. But like I said, when you can do the next step, the next action step, and saying, you know what, I'm going to put my stories, my life, what I went through or what I dealt with, because I want to save a life. And that's what it's all about, saving lives. And that's what these ladies are doing. So you're going to get to meet them. But before we go into that, let me just read, I've got my little book of wisdom here, because I want to start off on a nice positive note. Positive. So we're going to go into fear and courage. Knowing the difference between fear and courage is to believe anything is possible. Okay. Begin your shift out of fear towards love by telling yourself and knowing anything is possible. And you're going to see that throughout this show. Connect with others of like minds. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Connect with others like minds that will support you on your life's journey. When you open your heart and mind, especially joining with others that's like-minded, I'm going back to that, you will discover anything and everything is possible. Today, know you can face adversity. All these women today face a lot of adversity, and dignity and integrity, because anything is possible. So remember that. That's that. I feel like it's going to be the word for the day for me, and hopefully for everybody else, that anything is possible. And just open your mind, open your heart. Like I said, like-minded people. I kind of keep saying that because a lot of times we might think some people are like-minded, and then we kind of find out, like, oh, that didn't work the way I thought it did. Then that's when you say, okay, I'm going to pray for you from afar, and I love you dearly. But you still keep them in prayer. You still love them from a distance sometimes. But you have to make sure that you're protecting, what you're doing for yourself, for others, because your message, what you're talking about, is not just for yourself, it's for everybody. So you want to make sure that's being protected because you want to make sure you're out there doing the right thing. You don't need people bringing you down. You know that little crab syndrome, either they're going to bring you down or you're going to bring them up. So basically you want to bring them up and not having them bring you down to their level. And with that, we are going to start the show. Yes. When I just said anything's possible, well, for the last 5 months, I've been coming on and I've been saying one thing I want to do is I want to learn how to play the drums. I know. Some people are like, really, Barb? I said, yeah. I don't know. Every time I think of the drums, I think of Phil Collins and I can feel it coming on the edge. And then when the drums come in, it's like a symphony. I'm like, I don't know what is in me to do this, but I am doing it. Anything's possible. Any type of age, I don't care. You can go out there. You're going to see that from some of the ladies that no matter what age you are, no matter what, you can do what you want to do. So let's bring on the first queen that's coming to the show is Miss Maria Perez. She is a business owner of Seasons Your Life LLC and Season Your Life TNS.com. She's a health wellness coach. She's going to give us more details about that. I'm telling you, you are going to be inspired and educated this morning because what she talks about, I was like, when we first met, I was like, whoa. I mean, we were on the phone. We were just talking in Zoom for a minute, getting to know each other. I was like, oh my God. See, that's why you need to meet women that just takes you to the stars because you'd be like, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that even existed. I didn't even know you do that kind of stuff. I didn't know that it's like, you'd be like, I don't know. I didn't know. Like a little kid, it's the first day of school. So you're going to really enjoy listening to Marie, and she's going to really give you some thoughts about some health and wellness things that she deals with and who she is and what she's about. So, but you know what? I always had to bring on my queens the right way. I always had to bring on the right way. So let's start with her intro, and then she's going to be right on with me. Here we go. Hello, Miss Star.
Hey there. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Give you a virtual hug real quick. Yes.
Oh.
I know this has been a long time coming. Getting you scheduled in and getting you out here because I was like, okay, I got to get Marie. We've been talking. We talked for a while ago. And I said, now we got to get back on track. Let's just say it like this. I had to get back on track. So I'm glad that I was able to reach out to you again. And then we got you here today and you just look lovely as always.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to be on. When you were saying about, doing things afraid and anything is possible, it just touched me because, to be on your show and be here is a perfect example of that for anybody to realize that regardless of what's happened or gone on in your life, even at times when you even felt like giving up, that you just hold on and you keep going and you say, okay, Lord, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Help me keep going. That the journey continues, and all of that leads to amazing things. And for me, this is an amazing thing. So I thank you for that.
Oh, they're so precious. See, and that's why I love this show, because my biggest mission is to make sure I can give, especially women, because that's my like niche, to first of all help them understand like that, their purpose and everything if they're still kind of in the dark or maybe dark light of it. And then after that, when they find out and we really just move into that, to give them visibility. So, I thank God for this show to make sure that you can be on shining like a diamond, as I tell ladies. So thank you. Thank you for that. So now, Marie, one thing I love to do is I love to, have people understand when I bring on these queens is to know where like where you started. Because you didn't, I mean, you're this fabulous health and well coach and everything. You've been doing all this, but you came from, I mean, it started somewhere before it got to that point. So can you just give us a little taste on your journey from that point here?
Oh, goodness. A lot of things, as we grow up, we have a lot of, and I'm sure so many people have, where there's dysfunction or there's issues and problems. And, there were a lot of things growing up that kind of caused me to respond in ways that I wish I wouldn't have. And, I think at some point we realize, okay, I have to do something a little bit different. So, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, but early on when I became an adult, I knew that I needed to go for counseling to change some mindsets, to change some things that affected me. And as I did that, it started to evolve to realize that some of my habits were in dysfunctional eating. I was an emotional eater. And that was something that I had to work on, because it really took me to a place that even though I felt like I had control, I really didn't. It was out of control. Mm-hmm. So I worked on that for many, many years. And oh gosh, through the years, I started reading and I started researching and I started realizing that, some of things were emotional triggers. Some things were just old mindsets, and I had to work on that. And so I did, and through that journey, like I said, I started doing research. I started researching, in the library. We had our grandkids for a while with us, and I had one of them had some issues, and that really got me going with, okay, why do we struggle? Why do we have so many things? So I really started researching and realized that, some of it's food related, some of it's emotional related. And for me, it was emotionally related because it was something that I could control when everything else was out of control.
Yeah.
And so, that got me on the journey of reading, researching, realizing, I had to shift some of the things I was doing. I had to really rely on the Lord to start that healing process. Yes. Because I couldn't do it myself. I had tried with counseling. I had tried with so many avenues, and the missing piece for me was the Lord. So I started researching, started changing some of the way that we ate. I saw a shift in my grandson and just kept on that journey of, oh my gosh, sometimes it is food related. Sometimes it is environmental related. And that got me to the place of several years ago where the Lord said, okay, you've got a lot of knowledge, but now I want you to go to school to become a health and life coach. I'm like, what? Do you realize? I mean, it's like, kind of like, do you realize I hold him, go back to school? But I knew it was the Lord because that prompting stayed with me. You need to know more. You need to help women. You need to help people because you have so much that's happened in your life that I've helped you overcome, that you need to grab that hand and say, I get it. I can help you. So I went to school for health and life coaching, and that opened up even that much more of, holy moly, we don't realize the things that we do can cause more dysfunction in our bodies, can cause, more issues with depression, anxiety. And by learning that and just being able to share some of my life story that I thought we're going to keep this hidden away. The Lord's like, no, you're not. You're going to take your mess and it's going to be your message, and you're going to help other women. You're going to help other people because they need to know that someone gets it. Someone understands that darkness, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. So that's kind of what got me on, the path. And, we could go and spend hours, but I just have a, short amount of time. But, through a lot of things in my life, I ended up meeting my husband that I'm married to now, a very godly man. And the Lord connected us in such a way from our brokenness that we both have our individual stories to share, but bringing us together, he's starting to use it as a ministry for him to help those in need. That, no matter where they're at in life, we need to reach out that hand and be there.
And you know what? See, now you were already powerful in what you went through. I was writing down, your mess into your message. And I love that because your story is a message to the world. So you've seen that you were going through that, the challenges, like you said, with the emotional eating and everything. And you found out okay, something has to see. What I love about it is there was something still in you saying something is just not right here. What is this? You know how it's just itching in you, what is it? What is it? And you finally found out, you did what you had to do. You helped out your family. You met your wonderful husband. Now you two are power couple. You two are power couple. And just, having that's why I love when, you're good by yourself. You're wonderful. You're excellent. But when you get your husband involved and then you two are on the same page as doing things and wanting to help, it changes lives. So just let you know, Marie, if you didn't know already, you're changing lives. You are changing.
Thank you. And you know what? It gives people hope because of that brokenness,
Yes.
because of what's going on, and like I said, it's always for us. It's about the Lord. It's about what God's doing through us. It's about edifying the changes that he has done, and in that journey in the last couple years, and we talked about this and you shared a little bit about that. I had an old back injury from my early 20s that I was always able to manage. And a couple of years ago, this time it wasn't getting better, and I don't think sometimes people realize as we age, we lose a lot of the stamina, we lose a lot of the recovery time. And I was in a place where I could do hardly anything. I mean, literally an hour at church or an hour going out somewhere, and I was on an ice pack the rest of the day. So I was in that place again where, God, I don't know what to do. I pray for people. I'm going up for prayer. I feel like I'm doing everything, but I don't know what to do. So I started searching out on my coaching tribe, and that was an answer to prayer because I reached out one day, well, maybe somebody has an answer, or maybe somebody can encourage me in that. And Juliet, who I did not know, reached back out to me privately, who also was a transformational coach, and said, "Are you open?" And I think in life, we have to be open to change. We have to be open to seeing another way. And that's what she said. Are you open to taking a look at a technology that is ahead of its time, changing people's lives that I think could help you, with your back issue? And I was open because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. My next option is surgery. And that was something I said I would never do. So I, looked at the information, chatted with her, and realized that, oh my gosh, there's something out there that is native to our body that is literally a discovery that our bodies are meant to heal themselves. We have the innate of how God created us, but because of poisons and toxins, the environment and everything, that gets blocked. The signal gets blocked. And what this product does is it opens that back up on a cellular level where it's cell to cell talk, communication, full communication. And I started the products. I couldn't believe that the results that I was seeing. And so it caused me to pivot to be a part of this company because it's people changing other people's lives and being there and listening and, helping one another. And so I share that with people. I share, look, if you're open to looking for something that's out there that can help your body repair itself in literally anything, then we need to talk. And that's all I want to do is share with people, hear where they're at, meet them where they're at and say there is an alternative. So I felt like it was God giving me another tool for my toolbox of in life with things that have gone on, in, situations with health, in wherever he wants to use me, because that's the bottom line for me is, where do you want to use me, Lord? I'm a willing vessel. I'm a broken vessel that's working my way up. And God led me to you. So in my mind, that's another open door of how he connects like-minded people, because it's about our purpose. It's about knowing that all of that brokenness, that at times when you have to bring it to your mind, it can surface and it can bring up some of that pain, but to know that that is going to help somebody else. That trauma, that dysfunction, that brokenness that God's healed you from can now help somebody else. And so that's what I do, with my coaching, with, sharing the Redox, that I just share, like, look, there is something that really can make a difference when you feel nothing else can, because I was there and it gave me my life back. I couldn't have sat like this for this long of a period 2 years ago. So that's God's healing power in my mind.
Yes. He uses tools. He uses people in our lives to bring his power in our lives. So that's just amazing, Marie. And you know what I love about what you continuously do as you talk, is you always bring him forefront and say, you know what, Lord, I'm just a vessel. You have to guide me, and he's been guiding you through. And it's been, it makes it much, I always tell people, it's much easier when you just give it to him and just say, okay, Lord, I'll do the work. I'll work hard, but just tell me, just give me direction. And then I'll go that route. And you've been doing that, and you and your husband that's came to this point. And that's, like I said, and when you have another thing is when you say, okay, me, I'm putting to the side. I'm doing this because I want to help others. I want people to understand the knowledge that I received, the miracles that I received in my life, that you received, I'm saying for you, is that now I can help others and connect with them. Because if they're having problems like back problems and any kind of health issues that, you're talking about, now you have that knowledge because you went back to school. I mean, you're saying, I'm doing the work. I mean, I'm doing this because not for my sake, not for my family, but for others that need that too. So that always brings you to another level when you put in your mind frame, this is about me, but it's really not about me. So I'm loving it. So Marie, we're gonna have to bring you back, lady. This is not a one-time thing. Don't think that, okay, I've been on the show and that's it, we won't talk to each other. No, it don't work that way. Just to let you know. We had to have continuous talks about this because I really want people to understand more of what you do and certain things that can help them out as well. But before we sign off on your end, can you just give just a minute or two and explain like where they can contact you, and then something that you want to leave with the audience?
Okay. And where you can contact me is, my name is Marie Perez, and I'll give you my phone number. You can reach me at 219-588-8889. It's a lot of eights. I know people always say that anytime I say it. Or you can send me an email at seasonyourlifecoaching@gmail.com. And then I also have a website, which is seasonyourlife.org. And I think what I'd like to leave with people is, know that no matter where you're at in life, there's always another step you can take. Even when you feel like you can't hold on. Even when you feel like, where do I go from here? Just put out that SOS. Just, talk to God. Just don't give up. Don't ever, ever give up, because there is always light at the end of the tunnel. There is someone there that can help you, in any journey of life, because it does get better. There is always tomorrow. We just have to be willing to take that step. So I mean, and if anybody has any questions, they can contact me. I can share with them about the redox. I'm a listening ear. So, and I thank you for this opportunity to share. I really do. You're amazing. What you do that's a gift to people. It really is.
Well, you are amazing as well, Queen. And like I said, we are not done. We're going to continue on to talk to each other, collaborate, so people can understand the work that you do and so much of a heart that you have for people. So thank you so much for coming on the show. And again, we will talk. You have a wonderful weekend and get ready, because like I said, there's going to be another whole thing that we're going to put on the air to let people know what they need to do.
Okay.
And so we'll see you soon. And all blessings upon you, your husband, in your personal and your business. I always want to say that, because I want blessing to keep falling for you, so you can just be a flow for everybody else. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You take care.
You too.
We are back. What a wonderful, Marie. She's like a breath of fresh air. That's why I love talking to the ladies, because they just have those stories. And, through the whole time that, we all go through things, we're listening to that small voice in us, that I call, and everybody has different beliefs, but I believe in God. And I know that God is talking through us daily to get us through, one extreme to the next. And that's why I always say it's stepping stones of strength. It's stepping stones of hope when you go through different things to get you to where you need to go, and be that vehicle, not just, like I said to her, not herself and her family, but for the world. And that's what it is about being an impact, just being an influencer. And saying that, now I can take that into, now we're going to have two wonderful impactors coming on, influencers, and the list just goes on. And you see, I just get all happy. I'm like a little kid. I'm like a little kid, because I love bringing on these women that I just learn from. I grow. It seems every time I have, and some women come on more than once, which I'm loving, because I'm like, yay, we're a family, we're friends now, we're sisters. And I just love learning from them and listening to what they have to say. So I'm saying that to please take that time out to listen to them. That's so important. It's, we pass up so much when our ears start to close and our mouth wants to talk a lot. I mean, that. You know how some people be waiting for you to stop talking so they can say what they have to say. And sometimes just step back, take a pause, listen to this individual and see how amazing they are. So I'm putting that out there, and you know why. because I want you to listen to the ladies today. So with that, we have two wonderful queens that is coming from the Power Up community conference. Amazing. That's coming in July. Kern Sherry, oh my gosh, she's just like the queen bee of the queen bees. And I have to give her honor real quickly because she's letting me bring these queen diamonds to my show so we can talk about what they do. And that's how important it is. And I love every time she gives me that. I'd be like, Kern, you have some more speakers? Can I introduce? She's like, okay, let me see who wants to come. I was like, yay. So it's just like she gives me those gifts of heart that comes to this stage. So I just want to, first we have two ladies, Dr. Geneva Williams and Felice Kelly Gillum. And hopefully I'm saying both names right. They will totally correct me when they come on. But with Dr. Jean, I was like, wow. Already, now you're going to get them more into what they do, but I always give just a little taste, so how these women, how powerful they are. 40-year career, award-winning innovator, okay, nonprofit leader. Don't stop there. That's just the beginning. She's an author. She's an international speaker. She's a podcaster. She's a woman living in fit. She's Miss Black Fit and Fine pageant. And this woman, I'm telling you, she's a very mature lady, and she's winning pageants. Come on now. What I say? What's possible? What's possible? Okay. No excuses. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Then we have the other. I don't know how I'm getting two amazing women on this stage. I'll be like, woo, Felice. She's an author. She's an advocate. She's a nonprofit organizer. Oh my gosh. She's what I put down, executive director of USO Gulf Coastal, and she continues to level up. She's studying right now. She's back in school trying to get another degree. Okay. Did you hear I say another degree? That means more than one. So yeah, I have to do them right. So let's get them up here so you can hear these magnificent women. But as I always, I got to do the intro right here. So here we go. Good morning. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us, Barbara.
Yeah. This is a gift for me. This is a true gift for me. So, sometimes I tell people don't be selfish. Well, I'm being selfish right now. This is a gift for me. Lovely ladies. And Felice, I'm glad you were able to come on. I know you were concerned about, and I said, you know what? We're going to do this.
I was worried. I did not, of course, when you have small children, things never go quite as expected. And so we had a few hiccups this morning, and I ended up having to take all the children to their camps and daycares. So I said, gosh, I can't let Barbara down. We've got to figure this out. So thank goodness for tribal help. My dad's like, just come to my office and you can run into one of the offices and do it for them. Like, thank goodness. So God worked it all out.
Always do. Always do.
Right.
Always. Yes. So, I want to just say again, I truly appreciate both of you coming on the show and just, sprinkling that awesomeness, that just tremendous influence to everybody, because I know that who you are. Let's start off by, just real quickly saying your name. I know I did a little introduction, but I want to make sure it's the right introduction. So saying your name and where you're calling from. Where are you calling from in? We'll start with Dr. Geneva.
Well, again, I'm Geneva Williams. Everyone calls me Dr. Geneva, and I am coming to you from Detroit, Michigan, just a little piece down the road from Chicago. Yeah. And so it's just my pleasure to be here and be on the stage with Felice. And I know how that is. And I just want to say to you, Felice, congratulations, because really you're working it, and that's what you do. And just being able to do all of that and still come on looking great, that's what we do as women.
Thank you.
You are so right, Dr. Geneva. That's what we do as women. We do what we have to do all
That's
over
right.
us, and then we get in front somewhere and say, okay, I'm ready.
And look good too.
Look good too. Both of you look awesome. So yes, now you said Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, because I'm in Wisconsin. So we're kind of, we're around that area.
Absolutely.
I didn't know how close we were. That's kind of nice. So Felice, yes, name where you're calling from.
So I am calling from the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast, and I am in Gulfport. So it's a little rainy today, but that is not stopping our shine. We're going to keep on going, and it's just such a blessing to be with you on your platform again, Barbara. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you, ladies. You shine just like diamonds, and I know that's kind of a little put to my brand, but it's true. It's just true. It comes natural. You do shine like diamonds, and that's why I have this platform so you can be more visible and people get to know you. So we're gonna go right into that because it's not about. Before I said it was about me because you're my gift, but now it's about you, and we want people to get to know who you are and really just power up conference. I know many of us, and I've been included in some of the conferences with a current chair and in one of her books. And I know many of you two have been really connected with her as well. And I'm just like, with your lives, your everyday lives, what you're doing, I know you're just, those superwomen, those Wonder Women. And then on top of that, we collaborate with another superwoman and get on her stage and do our thing. So I just want to just get your story, because like I was telling Marie earlier, I love to hear about the backstory. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's nice to be like, oh, I'm doing this, and I have every hat in the book that I'm running around. But before I got to all that, it wasn't that easy. And I like to hear that because people like to hear the hope. So let's start with Dr. Geneva. What is your small backstory to get you to what you're doing now?
Well, my story always begins with my growing up in a very small town on the East Coast. And so I'm a Jersey girl, a beach girl. And my sister and I always felt that the adults used to go to meetings on us because they always asked us questions, always knew our business, were always constantly giving us advice. It was almost like a conspiracy. And when I grew up, I recognized later on that it really was about this caring community of adults who felt very strongly about what happens to children as they grow up, and starting with that foundation of success and adults who care. And that really set my journey for me, Barbara, because it led me into the nonprofit world where I tried every day to make a difference in the community, working with individuals and people and organizations and nonprofits. I headed the United Way. I worked for foundations. I raised millions of dollars for community causes and helped neighborhoods and communities transform into something better. And so I became known as a change agent, and I loved it. And it was really great. But in my 60s, I decided I wanted to switch. So I became a late life entrepreneur, wanting to use all that I had learned about transformation and change and really focus it on working with women, particularly women over 50, who perhaps were a little unsure, when you reach that half-century mark, you're not too sure perhaps of what you want to do next. And I had been through every next there was possible, being a wife, a mother, a career woman, and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to have really my own platform to do it. But Barbara, 2 months after I hung up my shingle, my husband was diagnosed with cancer. My mom had a stroke. My dad got sick, and that plunged me into about 4 or 5 years of caregiving and, doing something that I had never prepared for. And then I lost them all within a very short period of time. And so I became faced with, what am I going to do? And I didn't know what to do, and grieving. And I they helped me recognize, frankly, as I looked at their obituaries, at that dash, that horizontal stroke between when they were born and when they died, and thinking about their life and their dash helped me realize that I wasn't done yet. And I needed to keep on, and that I had so much that I could give back. And so that's why I'm doing what I do today. I still do a lot of nonprofit work, Felicia, and I help young entrepreneurs in the nonprofit world, as well as those who are running business, through coaching and counseling. And that's what I do today. Help people who want to make change, who know they need to, maybe a little unsure of making that change, but how to reimagine themselves so that in their life, when they design it, they can look good, feel good, and do good at any age.
Look good, feel good, and do good. I love that.
At any age.
At any, yeah, I have to add to any age. I'm sorry, I hear a little feedback. I just want to cut you off. Why? Yeah, because now you said in your 60s. So do you mind saying your age? Because this is the powerful part that I want people to get.
Well, I just celebrated my 72nd birthday, and it was fabulous. And I believe absolutely that you can do anything you want to. The possibilities are there, and building upon our experiences that we have, because each and every one of us has so many talents and gifts that we can do anything we want to when we want to.
Ooh, I'm still okay. I need to lay down somewhere. I know Felice is like in the same boat. Like, did you just say something? See, okay. I you know what I had to pause on that, because just the miracle of that, to just the impact, doctor, that you're giving people right now, and you've been giving your story. I mean, losing so many, and then still moving on. I was thinking about the phoenix when you were talking about that, how just rising from the ashes and just soaring like the eagle that you are. Oh,
we can do it. There
yes.
are the steps and skills and things we can learn to do, and that's what gives me joy, to help women defeat doubt and to and learn how to execute, to be more better at what it is they want to do, and how to execute successful strategies to design their best life.
Well, you know what? If I got a headache, stomachache, or whatever, it don't matter, because I'm looking at what you're doing. That don't mean nothing. That's like a small little thing. It's like, okay, Barbara, really? You're really gonna stop? No. I just got to keep it moving. Thank you for motivating us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, let's get to this. Let's get this other queen, Felice. I know you motivate and do things too. You got a lot of stuff going on, lady, and you went back to school. Come on with this.
Oh gosh, I got to calm down though. That is so powerful. I just look at ladies like the doctor, and just in amazement. And she's a little older than my mom. My mom will be 71 this year, but I look at my mom all the time, and I look at queens like the doctor, and I say to myself, there's nothing I should ever complain about. She's 70 plus, and first of all, look that good.
Thank you. Let's just put that out there.
Thank you.
But do all of the amazing things that you're doing without slowing down. There is no excuse for someone in their 40s to not always be on top of their game. It's just such an inspiration. I pray I can be half of what you are, and that God blesses me to see 72, and I can be half of that. So inspirational. But Barbara, you talk about our journeys, and mine began blessed and better than blessed. I don't know who it was that did the right things at some point in my ancestral lineage, but they really set me up for greatness, and I'm most grateful for that. I had every opportunity that I ever needed, wanted, was afforded to me. I probably, as we say in today's time, was a little privileged. but I had amazing parents. My dad was Cliff and my mom was my Claire. I literally lived that life. And it was a beautiful and anointed one. But with it, I tell people all the time, comes some unrealistic expectations sometimes when everything is set up for you, so cookie cutter and so outlined. By the time I was 6 years old, I knew, going to college was an expectation. It was not something that was, did you had an option of. I had to go, preferably here, to a certain place where things had already been laid out for me. The money was there. Everything in my life was designed for me, which made things, relatively easy when it came time to purchase my own home. If my parents had set everything up for us, so it was for myself and my sister. So it was just a matter of, okay, you don't have a bunch of student loans. Were afforded the opportunity where we paid for you to go to school. So now you have these monies to purchase your own home with down payments and, just every blessing imaginable. But like I said, with that comes unrealistic expectations, because as a child, you think in your mind, okay, well, all of this is set up. And if I follow this blueprint, then things will turn out just as I've been told that they will turn out. But the problem is when you're not prepared for the little obstacles that may come in between when you don't follow the blueprint, or when you don't follow the design, or when you do and something just happens out of your control. Where do you go from there? I lost the person that was closest to me when I was in the 11th grade, and he was a senior and he was preparing to graduate from high school, and died a month before graduation. And so I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared to lose someone that was like a brother for me, so close to him actually starting his own life. So I had to learn myself, because all of the good stuff had been prepared, but I learned, okay, now what I do? I'm 17. I'm grieving like I've never grieved before. I've got all of these scholarships and ACT and SAT prep classes I have to prepare for, but I feel like I don't want to get out of the bed. I don't want to get up. And I was not prepared for that part of life. And on top of that, I was kind of a little bit of a black sheep. So I tend to go against the grain as much as I could also. So I created obstacles for myself as well that weren't necessary. But through that process, I recognized that God led me down some of the most traumatic yet blessed times of my life. I was able to meet people that I never would have encountered if I would have stayed within that blueprint of life. I was able to see the pits of hell, which I definitely would not have seen, staying in the church as much as my parents had me there. You go on Wednesday, you go on Saturday, you go on Sunday.
I know.
So I definitely would not have seen those pits of hell, but I did. And at some point in my life, when I became an adult, and I actually, as my friend Judy said, activated my faith and really embraced what God had for me, I recognized I had to see the pits of hell. I had to experience those things that others in the world were doing, because God had given me the voice to be able to help someone and to be able to be an inspiration. And he had given me the discernment and the gift of prophecy to be able to lead the world. But it was going to be very hard to do that if I had not experienced the things that the world had seen. So who's going to listen to me? And I, had everything designed and paid for me. Who's going to listen to me if the only thing that I had experienced was a private school education and, parents that prepped my whole life for me. So I had to see the pits of hell. I had to experience what the world was experiencing to be able to offer credibility to my voice. So now at 44, I I am most grateful for all of those opportunities that I've been through and all of the darkness and all of the clouds, because it led me back to that point of glory, that point of innocence that I was able to have as a child. But now I can have both sides of the coin. I had the little devil sitting here and I had the angel sitting here. And now, we've met at a holistic point of view to where I can share that with the world. And I'm most grateful for that. So it's for me the opportunity to be able to speak more on, an international platform about that, but also just through the amazing work that I do with the USO. And I've been in nonprofit for over 20 years. But I look at the doctor and I hear her resume and, it's 40 years.
No.
I
We still got some work to do, right?
I thought that I had forgotten more, than most people knew at this point when it came to the nonprofit industry. But gosh, I don't know anything compared.
And what's so nice about that, Felice, is that we can draw from each other and learn and grow with each other. See, it doesn't have to be that separating thing. Well, I'm doing over here. I can't stand that. That just gets under my skin a lot of times when I hear people say that. And that's why I love to bring the women, because you never know how you collaborate with each other to even get to another level between both of you coming, let's come together, let's rise together, Why I gotta be so separated? I'm like, no. So I'm sorry, Felice.
No, I was just, that's so powerful and so true, because as she was speaking, I was thinking, gosh, I cannot wait to get in her inbox. So from somebody that has so much knowledge, it's amazing.
Come on.
Let's do this.
Barbara, what you're saying is so right, because Felice, you as a young leader in nonprofit, your perspective and the technology that I know and how you approach things in your generation, you all are doing it. I mean, I have a lot to learn and respect from you and what you're contributing.
Yeah. And then that's what I was talking about with that listening ear, no matter, from, like I said, from ages, to 10 to 90, we always forever learning. I always tell myself, I'm not learning anymore, then I might as well just lay down.
Just lay down.
And I'm done. It's like, okay, take me up. But, I'm always forever, always looking for the golden nuggets from others. Because you don't know it. We don't know everything. Right. And that's why I draw to you, Doctor, and I draw to you, Felice, because you have some things that I'm like, okay, what? Tell me that again. Where's my note? I gotta write these notes. We got to talk. We got to collaborate. So with that, going into collaboration with the Power Up conference that you two are a part of, and with timing, I just want to make sure that they know what your title or what your topic is going to talk about, and just give us maybe just like a 30-second on why you picked that. So Dr. Geneve, can you give us like your title and, just a little backstory about why you picked that particular title?
Well, I'm talking about how to look good, feel good, and do good at any age. and the looking good isn't the physical appearance. I mean, that's good, but we've got to stay sharp, and the makeup and the style, that's all good. It also is about the confidence that you have inside, and that it oozes out to make you look vibrant and exciting, and your confidence, so you can own the room. And the feeling good is just like what you were talking about with your guest previously. We want to make sure our mental health, our physical health is in order. But also, I think the feeling good, you feel good when you know your purpose and you're in your purpose. And then the do good is really about, being able to speak up and speak out and to give back to your community, and always understand that what you have, you can share and help others. And it's about legacy. And then, of course, Barbara, at any age, I do believe no matter what age, where you are on the spectrum of life, you have possibilities, and it's a new chapter for you, and to make the most of that chapter, and to be able to speak about that on an international platform that Kern Cherry provides. It's just amazing. And I'm so delighted to be there. And I also provide and talk about my Vibrant Life Blueprint, which gives which is a 4-step process to look good, feel good, and do good at any age. And so that's what I'm talking about, and the message that I hope that I can bring to others so that they can do their thing.
Well, you don't, talk about credibility. You have it right here, just staring at this. So if no one don't believe whatever, then I don't know where they at. I don't know if their head is in the sand. I don't know what's going on with them. But you don't have to even open your mouth, doctor. You could just sit there and just be like glowing, and people be like, okay, I want to know, I want to get what she got. What is going on here? So thank you so much, doctor, for being on that stage and being able to help people look good and feel good and do good. I'm loving that part of it, because that's what we have to keep moving and keep grooving with that. So Felice, your title and just a little backstory of why you picked that for the conference.
So the title of my speech is Fear, Faith, and Forgiveness. And it's basically walking through a journey of all of those things and how they tie together. How fear just makes us be a captive in our own mind, body, and spirit, and how we have to lead into forgiveness of ourselves, other people, of things of our past, to be able to get to the point of, moving to the next level of who we are. And then how faith just ties it all together for us. I believe in Jesus Christ. He's my personal savior. Um, that's who I choose to believe in, but I do honor the fact that that's not who everybody believes in. But whatever your faith is, or whoever your higher power is, I think that that's who we have to look to for our faith. And that's kind of what I want to expand on, even if it's just having faith in yourself. I think that we need to know how to encourage ourselves to be able to get to the point to be the people that God has designed for us to be. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to walk your way through that journey to live your best self.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear these powerful messages. Yes. And this is happening in July. Ladies, you know the exact date, because I didn't get that on real quick. I know it's in July 14th through the 17th.
14th through the 17th. Yes.
Whoa. Thank you, Jesus, for the 14th through the 17th. You can see these wonderful ladies between that time. And all there's probably 100 more speakers that are going to be a part. Over 100. I think there's going to be some, like Lisa Nichols is going to be, and oh my God,
Kim Coles
from Living Single. Yes, so many, and I think another singer that's going to be. So yeah, it's. And you know what? Those are awesome celebrity guests and everything, but the real core of it is these ladies right here. These ladies that you can basically, reach out, talk to. They give you those golden nuggets, and then you can give them some golden nuggets back. So that's what I love. I love hearing those speakers as well, more so. Not putting anything against the celebrities, not at all, because I love Lisa Nichols. I love her dearly. But just listening to you ladies, I can listen to it over and over and over, because you just, you're just the phoenix. Like I said, you just rise and keep moving. So with that, we're going to have to, I always got to figure out a way to get people back on, because the time just goes by so fast. I'm like, I just want to talk more and people to learn more of you, but we'll definitely have to work that out. Okay, ladies, we have to work that out even after this, to get you back on, so they can, get some more information about, what more that you do in your business and everything. But real quickly, Doctor, if you could just tell them how to connect with you, and then Felice, if you can do the same, and then we'll close out from there.
Absolutely. I'm on all social media platforms. I got young kids, so they teach me good. So I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook and all that, but you can find me at Dr. Geneva Speaks. .com is my website. And then again, that's my handle on all the platforms. And I have a Facebook group, Extraordinary Women Influencers, that I'd love to have you join.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that. Miss Felice.
I also can be found on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, one of my favorite, like current Clubhouse. And they're all under Felice Kelly Gillum, under my name, pretty easy to find. You can also email me at be the light at FeliceKellyGillum.com, and I would love to connect with you. And Barbara, of course, always it's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much for just sharing your love and your light with the world. You're just so inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. I told you my gift today. Thank you.
Yes.
And Doctor,
Right back out to you.
Yes. And people, I'm going to say this is for the people out there listening. Contact these women. You see how powerful and influential they are in motivation? Come on now. If you don't even, just join their group. Listen to what they're talking about. Look at what they're doing in the world. Nonprofit, come on now. So I'm putting it out there. Reach out to these ladies. You will not be the same when you talk to them and get in their world. So thank you, ladies, again. I'm sending kisses to both of you.
Hug.
Virtual hugs. I love the virtual hugs. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Good to see you, Felice.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
I'm hanging on your every word. The love inside, I feel it burn. I've never felt this way before. I've had a taste, now I want more. So here we are, just you and me. I'm overwhelmed when you touch me. You talk so sweet, I hear the sound. 'Cause when you do, my feet won't touch the ground. My feet won't touch the ground.
OMG, what a show, what a show. So I'm going to have to get them back on. It was just incredible, especially both of them. I just can't say enough. So right now, I want to just tell everybody, I'm going to be coming back in like 2 seconds here because I have a special edition Diamond Factor Experience show for you. Some wonderful other ladies from a collaboration book project that I know you're going to want to hear these ladies. So with that, I'm going to sign off. See you all in a little bit. And then if you're not going to stay on for the special edition show, I will see you on Monday. You stay blessed. Always understand, shoot for the stars. And if you don't get to the moon back and everything, at least you did try. And it was possibilities. And I will see you either in a little bit or I'll see you on Monday. Take care.